Hello and welcome back to Song Surveys on Sofas with Superheroes. So this song is a song that I had started listening to kind of towards the end of the year, but I have been obsessed with it. I love it so much. Like immediately the first time I heard it, I was like, yep, this is my new song. I just love it. The video is fantastic. The choreography is great. It's a heartbreaking story. So good. Just love it so much. It's so fantastic. So the song is Runaway by Half Alive. And it starts with percussion and it has like a shaker sound and immediately pulls me in right from the beginning. Really makes me want to listen to the whole song and kind of see what's next just based off that one very beginning of the song. So piano and lyrics come in simultaneously. And what I love about the piano is that it's not too complex and it complements the lyrics the way that the lyrics are saying so well. Like it's almost mind-blowing how good it is. So what happens for, at least in the first verse in particular, is there's a lot of like, you get like short, quick sections of words that have this very, very tiny break. And then you get this other like not too many words in one little section. And so the piano, the part does such a great job of really, really complementing that. It's just so fantastic, really well done. So pretty much everything about that first verse I really like. I like how the piano part and the percussion part complements the lyrics part, and it's fantastic. Speaking of the first verse and complementing things, the lyrics themselves do an awesome job of complementing themselves. And what I like about it is there are a lot of terms that could be similar to terms that are used previously in the verse, but it doesn't necessarily, it's not like they're trying to say the same thing with a synonym. It's that they're using similar terms to kind of maybe potentially say other things, and I just love it. I think it's great, but it all still works together because they're all just such complementing, that's going to be the word of the day, terms. So I really like that, and I'm going to explain that a little bit more clearly. So the first part is, I've been searching, nothing's working, I've been tripping, no one's perfect. And so I really like the idea that tripping is something that, so like, right, you're like metaphorically tripping over something, right? You're having a hard time getting to like a smooth process. But you also, like in real life, when you trip, it's not necessarily under your control. You couldn't see it coming, and it's not something that you could really brace for. And so I like that that is something that they use to kind of describe how someone could be imperfect. So I really like that. I think that was a great kind of way to bring that in. So then the next line is chasing vision, just the surface. And so I love this on so many levels, like so many levels. So the first one is that I like the, again, complementariness of chasing vision and searching. So I feel like when you are looking for something, it's not a too far stretch to say that you are chasing something like that, like a vision in your head, right? Like you are looking for something, you're searching for something, you're going to different areas, you're pursuing to find that thing, which is somewhat similar to chasing vision. I also don't think they necessarily mean the same thing. So I again, it's like a compliment, right? It's just, they work well together and they could potentially have some similarities, but are not spot on, synonyms. So I like that. So I really think that that was, again, just like an interesting way to kind of present these ideas. And also just chasing vision. I mean, it's two words that give you just this super clear idea of what they're talking about, right? You are trying to get what you want, pursue your dreams, you're chasing this vision you have in your head of what you want to be and what you want to have. And so I think just those two simple words make such a big impact and give me such a space to kind of think and imagine, and I love that. And then just the surface, I really love this line because it can be interpreted in a couple different ways. Like what is being chased, what's on the surface? Is it that the visions are being chased and you're like just on the surface of like what this person really wants, right? So is it the visions that are like just on the surface, or is it the actual chasing that is on the surface? So have you just started the chase and you're not like really far in the process yet? So I like that there are potentially two different meanings for just just the surface. So I like that a lot. So the next line is all about the last word for me, and I know it's like gonna be so random, but shirts on backwards, not on purpose, yeah. So the quickness of this line is just like so fantastic. And it makes me think that the addition of that yeah is there so that it still works. Like I said, right, it's all complimentary. So the music still complements the way that the lyrics are saying, but they said exactly what they wanted to say, so they added this yeah. Also, just like shirts on backwards, not on purpose, they get this like super image of someone being like, oh, nope, yep, you're right, it's on backwards, my bad, like, whoops. So I do like that line, and again, the way it's saying, and that yeah, I think is really good. And again, it kind of goes back and complements the whole no one's perfect, right? It's not on purpose, right? It's a mistake. No one's perfect. So I like that. And then 2 lines after that is expectations, feet were failing. So again, there's this compliment, right? Feet were failing, tripping. I mean, again, I don't think that they mean the same thing. I think they mean actually very different things. But I like that you still kind of, again, it's like a compliment, right? It's not a synonym. It's not a perfect comparison. It's just like you have tripping, which goes with feet. So I like that. But I also think that feet were failing has more to do with like, he's trying to get this, and he's been trying, and he's been going and going and going and going. And at this point, it's not about his will or about his mind. It's really about his feet. Like they're tired. They're starting to fail, right? Feet were failing. So I like can't go any further. I've been doing it for so long that my feet are starting to fail, and they're starting to no longer be able to carry me through this journey. So I like that line. And again, I think it leaves a lot of room for interpretation. And I think that it kind of brings a new concept while still complementing the line about tripping. So then you have 2 more lines. And then this like awesome, amazing thing happens. So great. There's like a slight change in the piano, and you get this like filter on the voice, which I think is so fantastic. It's for 4 lines. It breaks up the verse into the pre-chorus, and it's just it's so good. And you also get ahs in the background. So you get 2 lines, and then you get this like ah thing, and then you get 2 lines, and then you have this ah, and the ahs from the second one like go into the first couple words of the chorus, which is just beyond brilliant because it really connects the song. But then you get this like different feel of music in the chorus, so it works so well. So I really like this. I think they did a really good job with the change in music, and then those ahs that continue into the chorus. But let's go back to the lines first. So my favorite lines in this part are staring into my reflection, redirecting my perfection somewhere else. Love the concept so much, right? So he's staring and also like just super visual. So you get this image of someone standing in front of a mirror, looking at themselves and being like, you know what? I'm good. Let me now take my energy, and instead of putting it to fixing this, I'm going to put it to do this or create that or explore this. So I love that line. I love that concept. So fantastic. And yeah, so definitely makes me kind of think like, well, am I like that when I look in the mirror? Can I just redirect my perfection somewhere else? I mean, sometimes, yeah, sometimes no. So it's just interesting. And I really like that concept, and it definitely kind of made me reflect on myself, but also, really is a great part of this song. And I, again, really like the concept, and just goes really well with the whole message of the song. So, I won't lie, there is one line in this part that really does kind of throw me. And so the next lines are, when there isn't any progress, lean on truth inside the promise, which I get. I totally understand that, right? And again, like the lyric and think that it's functional and works and whatever. But then it ends with, it is well. And so part of me is just like, did they just add it because they needed words? And it just like, just overall like, dude, things are fine. It's all good. Or was it that it's supposed to be that just because progress isn't being made, it's still like good, right? It's okay that progress isn't being made. That's fine. It's well, right? As long as you kind of look at that, the truth as like to what you were promising yourself that was going to happen. So I kind of get it. I don't know if it was like intentional to be that way, but I don't know. That was like the one line that every time I sing it, I'm kind of like, does it make sense? Am I getting this right? Please, if you have any thoughts, let me know. So then there's like this bigger shift in the music, more piano, and you get a faster drum beat. And so that's where the chorus comes in. So I really like the chorus overall. I think it's great. And again, you get those ahs that kind of continue, and then you get this change in music with this like bigger shift from before to the pre-chorus. And so the chorus talks about how he like holds his dreams in front of him, and it's like everything, but he's finding that he's everything he should be. So as a writer in the chorus, my favorite line, maybe in the whole song, maybe not, I will talk about my other favorite line later. I'm seeing every empty page. And so I love the concept where he's holding his future out in front of him and he's seeing every empty page. So like all the potential that could be written, and like wanting to just like fill those pages with great and amazing things that you have been dreaming of and thinking of. And like, yeah, it's not done yet. It's not even started yet, but like, man, I can see this happening. And this is like going to be like just a way to really fill these pages with something that I value. So I really love that line. And I think it, again, kind of puts this image in your head immediately. And it's so fantastic. And so the last line of the chorus is, I don't need to run away. And I actually really like this concept as well. And so you're under the impression that by following his dreams, this person is somehow going to abandon and leave the current situation. And so I think that's actually pretty significant, right? So like knowing and kind of like, and the word run away, like that word, like not like grow or expand or improve, it's run away. So you are leaving this place like never to return. And it's not necessarily like an upward movement, it's an like horizontal movement as is like vertical. I don't know. So I just like that concept, and I think that's a really interesting way to present it, because he's not saying that he's going to be better or improve or his dreams are going to make him happier. He's just saying he's like, this is it. If I do that, like I don't need to leave this place. I don't need to run away. So I don't know. I like that. I think it was a really interesting way to present that. And yeah, and so I also think like just in terms of, I mean, for me personally, I sometimes feel like I take issue is not really the right thing. Sometimes it's hard for me to decide whether I want my roots or wings. And so I think that, yeah, like, is that running away? Like, am I running away from this situation by wanting to go somewhere when I'm perfectly happy where I am? I don't know. So I don't know. I think that's an interesting concept. And again, just that one word, run away, as opposed to improve or grow or find something better. They chose Runaway. I mean, obviously that's the song title, so also makes sense that it's there. Anyway, so so the line, when the chorus ends, the line gets repeated at the end of the chorus. So I don't need to run away gets repeated 2 times. And so when the chorus ends, you get this really short build-up noise followed by this like sharp note, and the music goes back to the verse music. But this time in the verse in general, in my opinion, the notes sound like shorter and a little bit more deliberate than the first verse, but the music is very similar. So the third line of the second verse and the fourth line are so fantastic. I really love them. The end of the second line, however, does kind of play into it as well. So the end of the second line is, and still I'm learning. And then this is the part that I love. That what I am is something more than I can plan. First of all, love the repetition. Totally breaks up the verse. Totally makes it different from the first one. So automatically, I love it. And also there's this like amazing change in percussion. So good when they sing is something more than I can plan. It's like you get this like, it's just so good. I can't explain it because I'm not a drummer and I would totally botch it, but like it's just so fantastic. I love it so much. It makes the verse sound so different, and again, you know, I love that, so I immediately love those 2 lines so much. And so, yeah. And so after that, you get these like very quick sounds, very similar to like that build up right before the verse starts. So again, I kind of like how you get like that sound in the beginning. It's like a tease a little bit. You kind of get this like, yeah, this might be coming back. And then you get the more full sound in the middle of it. So I like how, again, it just like complements it, right? It's just this connection of everything. It's so good. And I also just like love the lyrics, something more than I can plan. So you are something bigger, right? Like you can plan and you can like, okay, in this time I'm going to do this, 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 and this is what it's going to like result. But it's just, you become something more because things happen, right? You're not perfect and things have happened. So I really like that. The next line is like so quick and it's such a great follow-up to this part of the verse. Like it's so quick. So it's "Go Tell Me Now," which I won't lie, I secretly love and wish was, and maybe all the time sing Lord instead of go. So Lord tell me now, like that's how it would be instead of go tell me now. But yeah, I also like could not be the right word, but that was the word that was written on the site that I was using. So again, if you know what the word actually is, I would love to know. But yeah, so I really like it. And so you get a break with Oz right after that, and it's followed by "I Don't Need to Run Away." And so I kind of like that it's almost like a challenge, right? Like, oh, tell me now, I don't need to run away. Like I'm figuring out, it's something I already know. So I kind of like that. And again, it could not be related at all, especially because you have that break. So it could just be him talking about something else. And then you kind of get this "I don't need to run away" afterwards. So they could not be related, but if they are related, I do kind of like that idea of like, yeah, like he's, I know, like I got this. I don't need to run away. Yeah, so tell me now. Like, yeah, I don't know. I like that. Anyway, so then you get the same shift in music with that filter, right? So the change in how the sound of the voice, and then again, it still has that ahs after the two lines. So you get the two lines, two lines, and then the ahs that go into the chorus, just like before. But I really love these lines so much, and I think they are just super effective, and just the imagery is so amazing. So I've been standing on a stage with just a mirror, forced to face who I've become. First of all, love that. Love the idea of it. And yeah, I mean, with just a mirror, you're just like stuck there and you're forced to like deal with yourself and like figure out, you know, what you've become. So I really like that. I think that's a really excellent line and a great image. And especially when it comes to the next two lines that really complement this, the first two lyrics, or the first two lines, which are "Searching for a new escape, I scan the exits that embrace an easy out." So there's a lot of things I love about these lyrics. Such fantastic lines because, again, it brings back the word searching from the first line. So think about what that means. If it's related to the first line, that means instead of searching for this like better version of himself, he's searching for an exit or an escape. And then I'm like, wait a minute, but is that the same? Or are they actually like different? Because he's searching for a better version of himself to escape the current one, which would then maybe lead to a better version. So potentially he's searching for the same thing at the beginning as he is in this line. Like an escape is the same as searching. I don't know. I love it. It definitely makes me think a lot. And so I really like that. So that's like the first reason why I just totally changed the song for me when I was thinking about the use of the word searching twice in this song. And so I really like that. But I also just love the idea of having many exits. And so he's just looking for the ones that are easy outs. And in my head, I see some exits that are either hard to get to or hard to get through. And so I see things like maybe a disappointed parent or partner or the loss of a job or something. And so he sees like all these exits and he's trying to find the one that is the easiest to escape, or easy outs, I think. So I really like that line. And I think, again, it just kind of puts my head in this like total imagination zone where it's like you see a stage, a guy with a mirror, and then you kind of see all these doors with all of these potential hazards or cautions or disappointments or something like that. So I really like that. I really like this part of the song a lot lyrically. So it might be like my favorite lyrics of the song. But yeah, so really like that part. So then it goes back into the chorus, which was exactly the same as before. There's no change at the beginning. It only comes towards the end after the last line, I don't need to run away, has been repeated. You get more repetitions, and definitely things start to change right after the original chorus. You get a solid yeah. And then you kind of get I don't need to run away with like choral singing. So there's like lots of singers at once. Love that. Love that choice. Again, makes the repetition sound totally new. Love it so much. And then you, instead of being followed by ahs, you get this like repetition right away of I don't need to run away. Super effective. Again, makes it sound different. Love it, love it, love it. So after that, the last line is repeated 3 more times, and then you get 2 more times. Sorry. So it's repeated 3 more times after the 2 more times in the chorus. And you get percussion transition, the music drops, and then you get another 2 repetitions of I don't need to run away before the drums like take you out. Love this song so much. Seriously, such a good song. I wish it would blow up. I know that on some radio stations it's being played like on their new music marts or like up and coming artists and stuff. So people, request this song. It's so good. It's so fantastic. And I hope I get to see this band this year. I would love to see them. I love this song so much. Their whole album is fantastic, but this song in particular is just, love it. Check out the video. So good, so good. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.